And let's take a look at your Caribbean report for this evening. We start in Puerto Rico, where a well-known Puerto Rican journalist is recovering in the hospital after being stabbed 22 times on Tuesday. Authorities say Jose Arriaga has a collapsed lung and is undergoing surgery at this time. Police have detained a teenager whom he befriended several months ago. According to the lawman, the 18-year-old said he got into a fight with Mr. Arriaga over payments for sexual favors. And in St. Lucia's tourism officials are predicting a 14% decline in the arrivals of upcoming cruise ships this season, after experiencing a record number for the past 2 years. The island's air and seaport authorities say the projected slow season has mainly to do with a decline on the European market. Taxi drivers say they are being affected by the falling numbers. President of the National Taxi Union, Lucien Joseph, wants the formation of an umbrella body to address problems in the cruise industry. And tourism delegation ends UK talks. The delegation of Caribbean tourism representatives will wrap up talks with British officials on Wednesday over planned increase in the UK's air passenger tax. From November 1st, the air passenger duty, APD, will be increased from €50 to €75. Stakeholders who warned that higher taxes will result in fewer visitors to the region. Antigua's tourism minister, John Manningly, is hoping for a positive outcome to the week's talks. We would like the ADP to go away. If not, we would like a change in the ADP so that the Caribbean countries are affected less severely than they are now, Manningly told reporters at the BBC. And finally, in Grenada, Prime Minister Tillman Thomas has announced a short-term economic stimulus package for the country. It promises, among other things, the temporary reduction of the value-added tax on select construction materials and an increase in low-skill jobs. In an address to the nation on Tuesday, Mr. Thomas said that the package is in response to the nation's call for help in dealing with the effects of the global financial crisis. And that's your Caribbean report for tonight. And now we conclude News Channel 8's West Small's interview with community activist Shelly Moorhead.
We've been invited to come right back, and so we will be attending, will be featured at Roskilde University. The Virgin Islands Reparations Movement will be featured front and center for their 10th annual Cultural Encounters commemoration there in Denmark, and the Virgin Islands Reparations Initiative. I will be one of the keynote presenters and giving a lecture that evening in celebration of Roskilde University's 10th annual commemoration events. I've also been invited to the University of Copenhagen. On the 8th of September, we are being hosted by the National Archives there in Denmark.
One more that I wanted to find out about, and I think this is pretty important. Why should the Danes care? I mean, after all, what's done is done. Why do you think they're spending so much time inviting you back and forth? Are they just trying to make things right, or what do they get out of it?
And they're intelligent enough to know that history ties you directly to destiny. And so with 250 years of history here on these shores, St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, the former Danish West Indies, the now U.S. Virgin Islanders, Danes are intelligent enough to know that the history that is deeply rooted here on these shores will guide their manifest destiny.
We are here with Shelly Moorhead, and he wears many hats, but he is deep involved in this history and this route from slavery until now. It uncovers a lot of things, just like these storms do. For News Channel 8, I'm Wes Small.
Thanks, Wes Small and Shelly Moorhead. And when we come back from this break, we'll take a look at your Sports 411 with some of the biggest horse races of all time right here on St. Croix.